Most of the scientists say the coronavirus, most of them come from the bats. According to the Shurangama Sutra, this pandemic was actually caused by a habit of festering resentment. Our heart actually has a radiation, an electromagnetic field. So when these animals are in depression, of course, they are actually radiating a very negative electromagnetic field from their heart as well. Now, every action, there's a reaction. Now it's a retribution to the humankind. Welcome to our topic today. Why are we having the COVID-19 pandemic? In terms of Buddhism, in terms of Dharma. And as you can see from all the scientific reports, the articles and the information in the internet, most of the scientists say the coronavirus, most of them come from the bats, okay? And it transformed from the bats to the human body, something like that. And there are still a lot of researches going on. But all these researches are based on the physical and physiological or virological aspects, okay? So what we are talking about, what we are emphasizing today is the psychological aspects. As you can see in the heart math reports, our heart actually has a radiation, an electromagnetic field. And this heart electromagnetic field, or the HRV, is directly influenced by our emotions. And the universe is made out of two basic components. The first one is physical phenomena. And the second one is a mental phenomena. Physical and mental. And these two things in Buddhism we call nama rupa. Nama means mental phenomena, and rupa means physical phenomena. So the virus, the COVID-19 virus itself, is not just a material, it's not just a physical phenomena, but it has actually mental phenomena within. Why is it so? Because according to the virological sciences, you know why virus will mutate? Because it has an RNA, or DNA, that's why it will mutate and so forth. So actually the virus have a skandha. Okay, according to the Shurangama Sutra, this pandemic was actually caused by a habit of festering resentment. And this is the seventh cause of the karmic causes, habitual causes, according to the Shurangama Sutra. And it says, the habit of festering resentment, coupled with feeling of enmity, leads to the acts of vengeance. The person feels being stoned, catapulted, shut in a prison van, okay, trapped in an urn, bagged and beaten. These are the what you call the expressions of being accused and facing the what you call having that kind of hatred to want to take revenge. Okay, like what we can see, the cat, the monkey. Can you see from their eyes? Can you feel their feelings? Okay, as say, feelings will affect the HRV. Okay, the heart rate variability. So when these animals are in depression, of course, they are actually radiating a very negative electromagnetic field from their heart as well. See the monkeys, the cow, in the farm, and the chickens. When you see all these pictures, what do you feel? What do you feel? Do you take pity on them? And do you feel a resonance now? It's actually exactly like what we are now. We are being quarantined now, right? The whole world now is being quarantined. We can't go elsewhere, no, Malaysia, we now have FMCO or MCO, and Singapore, you have CB, everybody is forced to stay at home, cannot go everywhere. Isn't it exactly the same that all these animals are trapped in the cages? Now, every action, there's a reaction. Now is the retribution to the humankind. 100 years once. Okay, the last was the Spain flu, and the last 100 years. So we do not have the empathy towards all these small little lives. So while you are being quarantined, feel how the animals are being trapped in the cages, the fans, very poor of them. Feel, then you have a metta, have loving kindness. And they have resentment as well. All these animals, when they are treated so badly like that, of course they cannot fight against human because of their lack of strength forever. But in their emotions, deep in their heart, they have planted the sense of resentment, enmity, vengeance, and they will take revenge one day when time's right. And not only that, animals are being treated badly in the world, but humans are being killed in the wars as well in the past century. In the past century, the 100 years, what had happened to the world? All these precious lives were taken, and nobody fight for their justice. They were just died like that, and they couldn't fight, but the sense of resentment were planted deep in their alaya, their consciousness, in their sankhara skandha, and waiting the right time to manifest, to take revenge. The phenomena is like that. And somebody may ask, hey, the animals are being trapped, in the cage so many years ago. Why only this time the pandemic will happen? And according to the sutra, if it was greed for animosity that made a person commit offenses, then after he has finished paying his crimes, he takes shape as a pestilence goals when he encounters conditions of degeneration. What do you mean by the conditions of degeneration? When a person is old, feeble, or situation state of misfortune like this, now the whole world is in chaos, the economic goes down, this is called conditions of degeneration. When the whole world or the humankind is in the conditions of degeneration, this is the right time for this pestilence goals to come and take revenge, according to the Shurangama Sutra. So the one who spread the virus is, according to the sutra, was actually from a pestilence goals. And these pestilence goals were those are being badly killed, badly slaughtered in the past century. And they have that kind of resentment deep in their heart. The Ratana Sutta was expounded by the Buddha during the Buddha's time in Vaishali. During the Buddha's time in Vaishali, the same thing happened. There was a pandemic. So many people died. So many corpses around the cities, and it's so unhygienic. That's why the Lichavi people went to Rajagaha to invite the Buddha to come to rescue them. So the Buddha with all the Sangha members came from Rajagaha to Vaishali, and the Buddha recited this Ratana Sutta. Ratana means the three Ratana, Tiratana, Buddha Ratana, Dhamma Ratana, Sangha Ratana. With the power of the triple gem, we borrow their power, and then we tune our heart frequency to match with the Ratana, the Tiratana frequency, and we radiate our electromagnetic field from the heart. This is how we electromagnetize the environment. And it was say after that, Buddha asked Venerable Ananda to use his bowl and splash the holy water while chanting the Ratana Sutta around the city of Vaishali, and the pandemic was subdued. That's how it came about, the Ratana Sutta. So it was also pestilence goals as reported in the commentary in Vaishali city during the Buddha's time. And these pestilence goals, if it become an animal, it become a parasitic worm, a tapeworm according to the Shurangama Sutra. And these pestilence goals will transform, enter into the human's body and feed on his nutrition and make him sick. It lives and dies together with the person. Okay. So the parasitic worm, now in our case, is the virus, the coronavirus. The coronavirus is actually a parasitic worm. I mean, the expression is like, it's parasitic worm is actually equivalent to virus, because last time there's no such a term as virus. So this parasitic worm can be interpreted as virus as today's term. So these pestilence goals, those spirits that had died of resentment, they will borrow this coronavirus as a medium to enter into the human body, to feed the nutrition and make the human sick. And it lives and dies together with the person. So same thing, the virus will enter into the human body. The purpose the virus enter into the human body is to eat up your lungs. Okay, it's being reported that the coronavirus will eat up your lungs and other organs and so forth. So now a lot of mutations, it will eat up different organs of the human body, and it will live and die together with that person, with the host. So this is according to the sutra, the Shurangama Sutra. So why are we having the COVID-19 pandemic? According to the sutra, is the sense of resentment. Nowadays, country to country, people to people, organization to organization, we have a lot of hostilities. Okay, in Hokkien, Singaporean English, I posong you, you posong me. Okay, I posong you, you posong me. I don't like you, you don't like me. Also, this kind of posong, energy stuck there, and then 100 years burst one time and become pandemic. So it is caused by the energy of resentment, posong. Then posong become hatred become fight become wars. And then all this energy accumulated together, then like the volcano, it's bursting out.
Raksha.